I'm Scott Shanley, sales manager and agronomist here at Ag Plus in Northeast Indiana, and this is Dave Reichart, our VP of grain, and we're out in a wheat field today doing a little scouting, trying to determine the proper timing for fungicide applications for fusarium head scab. We've got conditions that favor that again in northern Indiana. Both Purdue and Penn State's website put out a forecasting tool that shows we've got the right conditions, and we're very fast approaching the stage at which the application needs to be made. So what I wanted to show you today is, first of all, this wheat this year is a little bit uneven in the head emergence, and right now we've got plants that are just barely coming out of the boot stage and what I would call Feeks 10.2 or so. You've got other ones that are still emerging but not completely emerged, 10.4 probably, and then we've got some that are already fully emerged, which would be 10.5, which is close to the proper timing because we want the heads fully emerged, but they're not starting to flower or pollinate yet. And it's right at this stage, and as they begin to flower and pollinate, that we have to make that timely application of fungicide, because the fusarium actually infects each individual kernel. And we've had really good success doing that in lowering the vomitoxin and DOM levels. I'm going to let Dave talk about that. But even when you do everything right, you're going to see that there's some differences in the head emergence here to where we could have some variability. You could still see a few kernels get infected, but our goal is to prevent the majority of that from happening and to get the lowest possible VOM and DOM levels that we can. So Dave?
Yeah, the fungicide people will tell us that we get about a 50% reduction or more. So yes, there could still be VOM, but hopefully it'll be less. You're allowed up to 2 parts per million. So no discount up to 2 parts per million. From 2 to 3, it's 25 cents. From 3 to 4, it's 50 cents. And from 4 above to 5, it's $1. So if you look at that, if you're growing 80 bushel wheat and you're getting a 50-cent discount, that's $40 an acre, which is substantial. If you're looking at $1, you're looking at $80 an acre. So it's really important that we try to control it. Besides the fact most of the wheat millers won't take wheat that's above 2.5 parts per million. They just reject it, you haul it back home. Scott?
So yeah, and we're fast approaching that timing. Today's May 26th. We've got almost a 90-degree day. The temperatures are going to go down a little, but these we're still got a lot of heat units, growing degree days. So my guess would be this field will be about 90% headed, fully headed and starting to flower in 2 to 3 days. And then we've got about a 3-day window after that. So towards this last week of May, getting into the first couple of days of June is when we probably should be targeting those applications. And keep in mind, if we turn wet, we may need to get an airplane. But hopefully we'll have some good results on that and protect you going into harvest. So what we're doing here is we're looking at the development stage of the wheat on the Feeks scale. And when it's in the boot stage, when the head was right down here, not exposed yet, it was Feeks stage 9. As the head starts to emerge, it starts at 10 and then 10.1, 10.2, all the way through 10.5 when it's fully emerged. So this particular one is probably about halfway emerged, so it's probably about 10.2 or 3. These are almost fully emerged, but they're not elongated out from the sheath yet, so it's probably about Feeks 10.4. And then these have separated themselves completely from the sheath. This would be that stage 10.5. However, the flowering hasn't started yet. We don't see any anthers. We don't see any flower. That would be 10.5.1. So we're looking for that 10.5.1 stage. We're very close on some of these, not as close on others, but we have to look at the majority of the field when it gets to this stage, and then we've got about a 3 to 4 day window to make the application for the best results. Again, as we get close to the right stage, contact your local Ag Plus salesperson. We can get our scouts out here, take a look at your fields, and make sure we get them scheduled for a timely application.